Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. So as you can see from my attire and from the name of the video, we're going to be talking about fragrances that I would wear on game day. It's football season and it may not be a well-known fact, but I love me some football. So if you're interested in my game day picks, please keep watching. Before we get started with the video, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Roxanne and this is Roxanne's Retreat. If this is your first time joining me, thank you and welcome. And if you've been here before and you've decided to come back, big up your whole self. Truly appreciate your continued support of my channel. If you have not already subscribed, go ahead and do so. Hit the subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up only if you enjoy it, and make sure your notification bell is turned on so you will never miss anytime I upload a video. Okay, as always, before we get into the fragrances, let's talk about my scent of the day. So today I decided to pull for Dahab from the House of Kajal. If you don't know what this smells like, this is a passion fruit, apple, musky, woody fragrance. It's nice. It's really nice, but it's not as nice as its big sister or big brother, Lamar, but I still definitely appreciate this one. It's very, the fruits are very realistic. I love passion fruit. I love to drink passion fruit juice. I love everything passion fruit, and the scent of passion fruit evokes a lot of nostalgia for me growing up in the islands. But yep, the Dahab is very long lasting on the skin, very fruity. Very intoxicating. Definitely something that you should get your nose on if you haven't already. And yep, this is my scent of the day, and this is Dahab from the House of Kajal. Okay, let's get started with these game day fragrances. So, I love football, y'all. I grew up watching, not American football, I grew up watching football, like what Americans call soccer. But anyways, I got into American football, years ago, and I have been addicted since. I am a Philadelphia Eagles fan, so boo to the Cowboys. But this is all about fun, fragrance, and football. First fragrance I want to talk about is Tribeca from the House of Bond No. 9, New York. Now, I think this is a great game day scent because it is so yummy. It's so addictive. Even if your team is losing, you could just, bury your nose in your elbows and be like, oh, I don't care. At least I smell good. Oh my gosh, I love this fragrance. It's like cacao, jasmine, caramel. So it's suited more so for a game that's outdoors, that's when it's a little bit cooler. So let's say you're going to a game in the Midwest maybe, and it's still, September, maybe October. This will be perfect. This is just so enveloping, a little bit intoxicating. It's sweet, but not too sweet. I think the florals and the woodiness kind of cuts through the sweetness, but the base has that delicious caramel. My goodness. And it lasts really well on the skin. Gives me about 8 hours or so. Performance has gotten way better than when I just got it. So even if, for some odd reason, the Cowboys are beating up on the Eagles, and I'm wearing Tribeca, life is still good because I'm still smelling amazing. So yep, this is Tribeca from the House of Bond No. 9, New York. Next up we have this one right here, Rose OMEYYADE from Atelier des Ors. Oh my goodness. Now if you want something to push through the cold at a game, and you don't mind smelling grown up, this is to me like a really grown up rose. Somewhat vintage, but still very, very, very relevant today and very intoxicating. So there's rose, raspberry, and pink pepper in the opening. Then we have brown sugar, patchouli, and gaiac wood. In the base, we have some arak wood, some oud, amber, and sandalwood. This is gonna push through anybody's cold. This is gonna project. This is very, very long lasting. So if you don't wanna be smelled, don't wear this, okay? Don't wear this. But if you want to be, especially at a cold game, you know, you got your layers on, whatnot, and you know, screaming, you gotta catch that. This is a great fragrance. This is definitely a good one. It's gonna last you the entire game and you will get compliments. This one, Chef's Kiss. So this is Rose OMEYYADE, if I'm saying it right, from Atelier des Ors. Next up, I have an affordable gem, and this one is MUSAMAM White Intense from the house of Lattafa. Listen, this is one lovely coconut sandalwood scent that I believe is, it's just absolutely amazing. I could live without the snake. I could live without the snake on the bottle. I really can. But the fragrance is quite intoxicating. It's long lasting. The coconut is a little bit creamy, and so is the sandalwood. So it gives you this like really the texture of it. When I smell it, I think texture, and it's just like a really like fluffy kind of thick kind of texture, the creaminess, all the coconut and the sandalwood together, and I just love this fragrance. It lasts really well on the skin, gives me about 7 to 8 hours, moderately projecting. This is going to last you throughout the game if you're out there. I think this is also good for cooler weather. It won't be stifling in the heat, just mind your sprays. But yeah, this is lovely, and I think this would be a wonderful, absolutely wonderful game day scent. So this is MUSAMAM White Intense from the house of Lattafa. Next up, I'm going to a game in Tampa Bay in September. So guess what? It's still hot as all heck. So the one that I'm gonna pull for is this one right here, and this is FLEUR NARCOTIQUE, and this is the EXTRAIT de Parfum. Very, very refreshing, feminine, light, airy fragrance, but it still packs a punch. I love wearing this. I love wearing this fragrance. It makes me somewhat happy. You know, it's just very clean smelling, not soapy clean, but very clean, very aldehydic. There's some musk, there's sandalwood, there's lychee, osmanthus. There's a slight powderiness on my skin with this fragrance. I'm gonna spray a little bit here, but yeah, I enjoy it. There are a lot of alternatives on the market, a lot of clones, but still this one just lasts better on my skin as opposed to, and I have a couple different clones of the FLEUR NARCOTIQUE range, but this one, I really, really dig the original, and I would definitely rock this one to a game in a warmer weather, like here in Tampa Bay, September, October. It's still warm enough. You're not cold at all. It's still not warm enough. It's still hot as heck. So this fragrance will be very refreshing. The performance on this, I would say it's about 5 hours. It's not something that projects all the way down the street. Definitely closer to the skin scent. But for me, when I start to sweat a little bit and my sweat like mixed with the fragrance, it does project, and I do feel like the fragrance intensifies a bit. So yep, this is FLEUR NARCOTIQUE, the EXTRAIT de Parfum, and I'm wearing this to game day in Tampa Bay when it's still hot, September, October. Okay, next up I'm going to be pulling for this one because I do believe this is a great fragrance to transition from summer into fall, and this is La Capital from the house of Zerof. Look at my dents. It's definitely denting. So this is strawberry, there's caramel, I think there's a little bit of leather. It's just really intoxicating. I love this fragrance, and you know, it wears well on the skin. I think it's suitable for game day because it's not, you know, it's not super girly, and even a guy could wear this, to be honest. So, you know, if you're going to a game and you're hanging with the fellas and you don't want to stand out too much for smelling too girly, this is a nice one. This is a very gorgeous fragrance and I enjoy wearing it myself. Let me spray some on a spray. Gives me about, La Capital gives me about 5 to 6 hours on the skin. And it projects, it's moderately projecting, oh my gosh, yeah. Quite addictive, quite addictive. Yep, I could definitely wear this to game day. I would say the weather would be like, again, a transitioning time, you know, maybe 75 degrees or something like that in the 70s. This will work perfectly for game day. I would love, love, love. I could definitely wear this to see a game. Yeah, all the notes are blended to perfection. Yep. And you definitely won't miss with this one. So this is La Capital from the house of Zerof. Step, I'm going to the game. I'm wearing this one. And this is La Perla's About That Night. This is lavender. This is patchouli. And that is what I get on my skin. A lavender patchouli balm. I speak about this fragrance all the time. I speak about I speak about La Perla fragrances quite a bit. I'm just really enamored with that whole brand. But yeah, this is definitely one of those fragrances that can go either way, down the middle. I find it, you know, it's compared to Lieb, which you do, it's definitely similar. But I find this one a little bit better blended, a little bit more fun to wear. I prefer the wearing experience to than Lieb, the original EDP. This is kind of like the bougie version of Lieb, but I absolutely love this one. And I could wear this to game day, and you know, it's again not a really girly fragrance, so if you're going with a bunch of fellas, you're not going to stand out too much. You're going to smell nice and strong. So yep, this one gives me about 5, 6, it depends, hours on the skin, so it'll definitely last through a good game. And yeah, La Perla's About That Night. You know, it'd be like, about that night when we kicked their butt. That Sunday night game. Yep. That would be a wonderful scent memory to have with this fragrance. So this is About That Night from the house of La Perla. Last but not least is a fragrance that I think it'll be perfect, again, for another game day in the warmer weather. And this is Bonbon Pop from the house of Oud. Take a minute for the bottle. I love this bottle. I mean, I can't think of a House of Oud bottle that I don't like. They're all just so unique. They're all hand painted and I love them. This one is so pretty. Definitely a pretty girl fragrance with some white peach and coconut in the opening. Then I know there's some patchouli in here somewhere. The patchouli you don't get, and I don't see that it's helping the fragrance to last longer because this one gives me about 4 hours on the skin. Maybe 5 if I truly overspray. And then there's some brown sugar, musk, amber in the base. So you know what? I wish it would last a little longer, but it doesn't. I still enjoy the wearing experience though. So I could definitely see myself wearing this fragrance to a game when it's still warm. And, you know, it could be up north somewhere in pre-season, but down here in Tampa Bay, all the way till October, November, you could still rock this because it's still hot outside. So yeah, this is Bonbon Pop from the house of Oud. Okay, y'all, so that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that gave you some ideas to wear for game day. I don't know, I don't have too much of a male following, but I know there are girls out there that watch football, you know, you can pretend to watch with your guy if you want, but I actually love the games and I enjoy watching them. So yep, I hope this video was helpful. Please tell me in the comments below, what are you wearing a game day? What games are you looking forward to? And let me know your fragrances. And if you're watching it on the couch, what are you wearing then? I'm interested. And like I always say, we could be anything in this world we want to be with hard work, dedication, and perseverance. Even if we're not there, on our way there, we are going to smell like good people. We're going to smell fabulous at all times. See y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.